Hello YouTube, hello MGTOW, this is me MGTOW You. I'm uploading this to basically give you an idea on how pimps operate. A successful pimp would operate based on my observation. Now the thing is, you've got to spend money to make money. So how do you get money? You get money working a little job, right? Getting a little bit of getting your paper stacked up. Then you basically first your money, then your clothes. Like I said, every pimp knows this. Every single pimp knows this. First your money, then your clothes. Once you get your clothes, you get yourself a base of operation. Once you get that base of operation, you start back to money, clothes, and upkeep on your base of operation. Once you get that fully upkeep and everything's up to date, then you start gathering influence around the neighborhood. You get that power. Then you go ahead and get them girls. See, the thing is, you flash a little bit of paper to women, to a lot of these girls, the females. You got their attention. Now you have their attention. Now you can put them. You never put your product on the same street corner. You put them in different parts of the city. You never put your same product on the street corner. For the simple fact is they talk. You don't want them to talk. This is your street. You literally tell them, this is your street corner. You get picked up here, you get dropped off here. You never put your product on the same street corner. You also got to make sure that they're fed, they're eating right. You got to make sure that they're eating right. You got to make sure that they're cleaning themselves. You got to make sure that they're taking care of their hygiene, their weave, their hair, their nails, their body. You got to make sure they're clean. See, the thing is you got to spend money to make money, while maintaining some sort of semblance of a job. That's what these PUAs have failed to tell you. That's what these PUAs fail to tell you. See, I'm telling you $100,000 worth of game. I'm telling you $100,000 worth of game for free. I'm telling you $100,000 worth of game for free. And it's all from observation. See, let me tell you something about this here. Pimps won't tell you the whole thing. If you got to pay a pimp to learn the game, you're not learning the whole game. I want to say this again. If you got to pay a pimp to learn the game, you're not going to learn the whole game. The only people who know the whole game is their proteges and their children. You got to have the charisma once you get the money, you get your clothes, you get your base of operation. You got to make sure you have enough charisma to get everything else. Everything else is just charisma. Now the clothes are nothing more than to buy you time to sell your game. The clothes are nothing more than to buy you time to sell your game. If you got that nice tweed suit, that nice suit, silk lined wool suit, that will buy you some time. Doesn't matter if it's purple, doesn't matter if it's black, doesn't matter if it's blue. As long as it's not some crazy strange color, early on in the game, you're fine. But you really can't. Like I said, the people who have the off weird colors are the pimps that have been doing that game for a long time. For a really long time. They can afford that. They can do that. You also got to give these girls some incentive. You also got to give these girls some incentive to pull out, to put out. You also got to have yourself a main squeeze. You know, you don't sleep with your main squeeze. You don't really, you basically, main squeezes are replaceable. Main squeezes are nothing more than to make them women put out, put out harder. That's all a main squeeze is. It's a basically incentive to basically not be on the street corner as much. They see living in the pimp's house. They see living in the pimp's house as luxury. This is all from observation. The main squeeze is literally walking arm in arm, basically arm in pocket. For those of you who don't know what a pocket is, basically where you basically take your arm, put the bottom of the flat of your hand, the palm of your fist on your chest and your stomach, and she slips her arm through your arm, and you walk. It's the main squeeze, and it's basically she's looking at the grunts because she's the main squeeze. But the main squeeze can be replaceable. The main squeeze gets out of line, you got to kick her out, kick her to the curb. It's demotion, and now you pick up a new main squeeze. Thing is, these PUAs don't know a lot of these PUAs don't know the game. A lot of these PUAs don't know the game, so they're trying to screw up a game that can't be screwed up. The devil was the first pimp. The devil was the first pimp. The devil, that serpent was the first pimp. That serpent basically sweet talked Eve into taking a bite of that apple. So if you really want to go biblical, the serpent was the first pimp. Now I want you to take this knowledge, and I want you to go ahead and scream. I want you to go ahead and take this knowledge. Don't abuse it. Just take this knowledge. I observed pimps growing up. Real pimps. Not these people talking this BS called Dom game or you gotta slaughter out bullcrap game. Or you gotta basically boss up game. I observed real pimps. Real actual no crap pimps. Pimps that would that would basically, if I would have showed them if I showed the pimps that I know, if any of them are still around, if any of these pimps are still around, if I show any of these pimps, people like Platinum Elite, DJ Kuda, and all these other people, they would laugh them off the streets. They would laugh at them. They would laugh. Literally, they would be laughing. They would literally ask for a chair so that they can laugh. You know? They would be asking for a chair because they're laughing so hard. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a truck driver, a guardsman, and a MGTOW channel. This is MGTOW You. Like, dislike, subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section. on whatever you want. This is MGTOW You, signing off.